There's a lot of public ground around the country, and one thing that most of us utilize now is trail cameras. And I run way more regular card cameras than I do cell cameras. In fact, cell cameras, I don't even know how many of those I'm going to run this year if I run any at all. In my opinion, you get almost as good information as far as a public land hunter goes for your regular SD card cameras. And I'm going to explain to you kind of how me and buddies have been running them the last handful of years and kind of the benefits that we see. This weekend, I had a group of guys down here that we all hunt this area where I live, and we all run some cameras. Not a bunch, but we all have a handful of cameras out, and then we collect all that data this time of year that's been soaking all season and put our heads together on some deer we'd like to go after next year. And I feel like we all have a really good system now, and I was going to go over that system of how we the equipment we use for trail cameras. And the one thing that we have found almost exclusively is this camera right here. It works really well. This is made. It's like a Amazon brand. It's a Wasado. I think it's what it's the brand of it is. WOSAD. One second. WOSODA. Wosoda. We call them wasabi cameras. I don't. Wosodo. If you guys remember the old Tasco cameras you could buy at Walmart for like $30, we're almost certain that this is that camera. The new Tascos, they still sell Tascos at Walmart, but the new model of Tascos, you're not able to look at the pictures uh, on your SD card readers that you plug into your phones, and I'll get to that in a second. But these have been a real good tried and true camera for us. I have not had any of these break per se. The only thing I've had happen to them is every now and again you'll have one of these tabs pop off. Um, Not a huge deal really. And then obviously some stuff like woodpeckers and birds breaking the lenses. I've had that happen to me before. And then one thing that I don't know if it could be avoidable if you use lithiums, but the alkaline batteries, I've had a couple of them explode in these cameras, and then the camera's kind of done for. But this thing, I'll throw some pictures up on the screen right now of some deer we've got on camera, some night and some day photos. And for the money, man, it's hard to beat. And they used to be like 20 bucks, 20 to 25 bucks. Now they're up to 35 bucks. Not quite as good a deal. That's something I want you guys to leave in the comment section. What public land trail camera have you found to be really dependable? On the back of all of it, we use these Good Sit mobile brackets. And Brian Douglas makes these things. I'll link these in the description of this video below. Super handy bracket. He has little slots in here. You just run a couple zip ties through the slots, and you attach it with zip ties to the back of your camera. And then we like to hang our cameras high in the tree. You can imagine my hand's the tree, and you just simply screw this into the tree, and it adjusts the angle for you without having to deal with sticks. Another, sticks behind the camera. Another huge benefit is he has this system with the um, paracord that is on some type of a Prusik knot, and then he comes with these little hooks here. You just hook it around the tree, uh, to tie in your Prusik knot or clip in your Prusik knot, pull it tight, and it's not coming off the tree. Never had any of these fail. The only thing I've had happen was squirrel chewed through the paracord, which you could have that with any type of cord. So can't recommend this system enough. The camera is fine. There's all kinds of cameras out now, and like I said, look below in the description. You may have a better camera out there than this one now. I haven't really tested very many in the last handful of years, but I've been impressed with this one. So that is what we actually use for cameras and our brackets here. Now, batteries. I've used about every type of alkaline battery out there, and I'm not going to mention the lithiums because for me at least, if I'm going to use lithiums, sure they last a lot longer, but the alkalines in the regular SD card cameras last long enough. I can get almost almost a season and a half out of a set of alkaline batteries. Definitely can get a whole season as long as there's nothing crazy going on with your camera. If you got it over maybe a mineral site or something, then maybe you can put in some lithiums. But the Amazon Basics, they're these little orange and gray batteries. I haven't had any problems with these. I used to be a big fan of the Rayvac, I think is what they're called. And those lately, I've been having batches of those leak on me. So I'm not a big fan of those anymore. Don't know what the YouTube video was, but there was a YouTube video out where a guy said that he tested a whole bunch of them, and these batteries were good enough and as good as any other battery on the market. So I'll link these below as well. I'll have all this stuff I'm talking about linked below. SD card wise, SD cards can get kind of expensive, and I have been using these little guys. They're called Micro Center. I'll link them below. I either get the 16 gigabyte or the 32 gigabyte cards, and they've been good. I have not had any of these fail. Every now and again you'll have a SD card fail, and I haven't had that issue at all. And they're like $4 a piece. And then I keep them in a little SD card holder here. This is nice. It's nice to have a little holder for all your SD cards, keep them organized. I also put my name and my phone number on the back of this, because if you fill this thing up with SD cards, it's a decent amount of money in here. And I'm known to drop something or lose something, so I figured I'll put my name on there and my address in case someone would find this. Maybe they'll get it back to me. Okay, and then finally, something that I think every hunter should have is some type of a card reader. This little thing plugs into the charger on your phone. You put the SD card in the reader. It can do micro or regular SD cards, and then you can read all your pictures from your phone. So, like for example, during deer season, I keep this in my bino harness or in my pack. If I'm going to go into a spot scouting and I know I have a camera set up in there, I want to check the camera before I go hunting, I can go in there, grab the SD card, skim through the pictures, in the date range I want to look at, and then make a decision based on those pictures or not on those pictures or whatever. It's just a really easy way to keep track of your pictures on your phone. And then I just save my photos to my phone now instead of my computer. Again, this one, I've had many of these, and some of them have been complete junk and don't work. This one has lasted me a long time, and I've been impressed with it. I'll link this one below as well, and all those will be affiliate links. So if you guys buy something from me, from those links, I get a few cents for it. No extra cost to you on that. And then finally, the last part of trail cameras is we like to hang them high, and we all use different sticks, but we all do a full stick with an aider. I really like this stick for hanging cameras, the Latitude stick. It's just super light, and it's small and compact. You don't need anything fancy for hanging trail cameras. Whatever brand you already have is what I would use. But I like to hang them however high I can get with the aider and a full step. I do like to have, whenever I'm hanging cameras, have some kind of a larger platform to put my feet on, like a double step, just because sometimes you're up there a long time fiddling with the camera, putting the settings on and making sure the angle's right. And with just a stick that only has one step, it kind of can get uncomfortable. It's definitely doable. You can still do all that stuff with whatever stick you want to use, but this one I've really liked, and it's like doesn't weigh anything at all. So that is our public land trail camera setup that we've had probably 6 guys using the last handful of years. And really, we were talking about this weekend, that ASIO camera is the one we've all agreed is pretty good. But leave comments below what you guys like to use. And then also hit that subscribe button right there before you leave. Or you can watch another video right there. There's that dang thumbs up thing again.